Hello everyone, welcome to another unboxing. Now today we'll be unboxing the much anticipated and much reviewed and revered Samsung Galaxy S20 FE. So the FE stands for Fan Edition, and it's in many ways an attempt by Samsung to directly compete with such phones such as the Google Pixel 5 and the OnePlus 8T that were just released. Many seem to like this phone, and I'm actually going to be going into the unboxing and a review of it to see why it's so liked. Now it has a 6.5-inch display, so it's probably not the smallest phone in the world, but also not the largest phone in the world. It doesn't have a Quad HD display, but I believe the display should be good enough. It has 3 cameras, one of them being a zoom, wide angle, ultra wide, and a regular wide angle camera. And of course it would have the 32 megapixel front facing camera, which is larger or has more megapixels than the actual S20, which would be an interesting thing to check out when I actually check that out. Now it has a 4500 milliamp hour battery capacity, and that is something that you need to take into account, because this is a really good battery capacity. It means that with a screen that is less demanding and a large battery size, this means that it should be a battery king in many ways. Now this is a 6 GB version. It also has 128 GB of storage, and it is run on Android 10, One UI 2.5. So without further ado, let me get right into this unboxing. Now it just has this one sticker here. Oh, another sticker. Okay. Okay. And up you go. So let's have the paper in here, and it has some stuff in there. Let me see. It says I actually interfered with the unboxing experience. This is sad. Okay. It's actually got stuck in it. So this is how I actually was supposed to see the phone. It's supposed to be like this. But you know, sometimes this is how things work out. Alright, so we have the phone right here. Oh, this is pretty cute and hefty, but actually not. It feels very comfortable, but let me get back to that. Let me put this to the side for the moment and see what's underneath here. So we just have the battery. Now this is the Snapdragon version. You can currently find it for $699, but if you got lucky, you will be able to buy it for $599. So there's no headphone jack or headphones in here or anything like that, sorry. Of course this phone doesn't come with a headphone jack anymore, which you shall see just now. And of course we have the charging cable, and that's it. Of course we have the SIM ejector tool, and probably some more docks in here. Let's see, anything else in here? Okay. Now the US version unfortunately does not come with a case, so you're just stuck with this. So you just have your usual stuff, not very important, and SIM ejector tool. So that really truly is it. So here we have the phone itself, and this is the Mint, the Cloud Mint, and I must say this is really pretty. I didn't expect it to be this appealing. Like, it looks really good, and the colors here as well, like the darker green here. I mean, this phone is just beautiful, really beautiful. So let me just take this off. Ooh, the sound, and oh, this phone is just beautiful. It is matte finish, so less fingerprints for you to worry about, and it's also plastic. Alright, but really and truly, like, you I mean, you'd have to be looking hard to notice anything about this. It does not feel like cheap at all. This feels pretty good, and it still feels quite premium. I actually really like this. Alright, so just a bit quick look over the phone. We have the SIM ejector, we have the SIM tray, a microphone, we have the volume rockers, the power button, the speaker grill, and of course another microphone. And of course it's missing the headphone jack, as all the Samsung phones now are, which is quite sad. And nothing on the side, so no Bixby buttons on the side. One camera, 3 cameras at the back, and that's just it. So what I'll do now, I'll actually start this phone up, and then I'll come back and share with you my first impressions. Okay, so now that I'm back, it's all set up. So that's gonna go over a few things that I noticed from my setup of it. Now before I continue, if you like content like this, then please subscribe. If you like this video overall, then also please press like, and of course you can always leave a comment or suggestion in the comment section at the end of this video. I noticed a few things. The first thing is that, of course, this screen is beautiful. The screen is bright, it is vivid. It's actually set on vivid mode automatically, and it's just outright beautiful. So I have to give it to them. It's a really beautiful phone and a beautiful screen. Now it also has the 120 Hz. To be honest, I don't really feel it much, maybe in scrolling, but I'm not sure what the big deal is. I really truly don't know, but maybe after using it some more, I might see the major difference between 120 Hz and 60 Hz, but I don't see this as a main reason for buying the phone over another. Really and truly, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal to me. Maybe I'm not that major of a tech guy or whatever, but I don't know. I just don't see that 120 Hz refresh rate being a big deal, at least on such a small screen. Now, one thing I noticed, and which is very useful, of course, it comes with the usual dark mode, which you can just put on like this. It has a really good always-on display. It has decks. Of course, it also has secure folder, which you can put things safely in. Dolby Atmos to use with your earphones. Of course, that screen recorder. General Android stuff. What I've noticed overall is that it's very responsive. It has some very useful software features that make things pretty good. Of course, you have this, but if you want to compare this to like an LG, this edge light or edge screen is not very useful. I don't know. Maybe you can get the apps that you really and truly want, but maybe I have to get more accustomed to it or something. But I don't find it that super useful. There's a really wonderful feature. If you want to do screenshots, you just swipe. Let me see. Oh gosh. There it is. And then of course the toolbar comes up, and you can edit and do whatever you want to do. Now if there was another way of just getting it up, a simpler way and more discreet way, you know, maybe we'll just I put something at the bottom here. Maybe I just spoiled by the LG, but I just put it at the bottom. I think that would even be better. They allow you to customize these icons. So I actually switch this one to the left, standard Android, rather than how it is on most Samsung phones, and I find that very useful. So the cameras and night mode, I was playing around with it. It seems very smooth. There are various modes. There's Pro, Panorama, Food, Night, Live Focus Video, Pro Video, Super Slow-Mo, Slow Motion. Now Pro Video is very useful because if you want to be a content creator, you can actually use that to take to control your settings, control your video settings. And Pro photo mode is of course if you want to control your photo settings. So they're very useful overall. Live focus is more or less portrait mode, as live focus video is the same thing, it was just in video mode. Single take will be taking the photo to the capturing me for moments. Okay, alright, photo, video. I have to play around these settings, but what I can tell you that the zoom is pretty good. It puts this 30 times zoom, 20 times, 10 times. I think it's up to 10 times to make it useful information, especially at night. So the wide angle is very wide, and I think it's generally good. Like, I like the camera, I like the screen overall, like the brightness. It gets very bright. I have to charge up the battery. The charging is relatively fast as well. And I think this is just a generally good phone. And right now, I can recommend it to everyone. So if you want to consider it, I say go ahead. The audio is very loud, I would also add, and that is something that you want to consider. This is pretty good. Now, just to be clear, the front camera has 32 megapixels. It also has a 12 megapixel main camera, 8 megapixel ultra wide, and a 12 megapixel zoom. So this is Asa here, and I'll see you again in another video.